Good evening. You're listening to the Art Show live stream, and I'm delighted to say for the first time ever, you're also watching the Art Show live from the Emerge Showcase 2021. This evening, we're going to be improvising an entire radio show. We've got multi-camera set up here. When people are feeding through, we're going to be talking to them. We're going to be researching the different bits and bobs that you want us to take a look at, and we're going to be playing out some fantastic live recordings from the Bath Festival. Nick, how are you feeling?
I can't believe we actually got to this point. We've been talking about this for so long, going, right, we want to do something where we showcase, we want to do something on video, we want to showcase those performances from the Bath Festival, and finally, the Emerge Showcase has allowed us to do that. We've been setting up for the past couple of hours to be able to do this. It's been about a week of getting the kit together, doing all of that sort of thing. Head over to our Twitter, which is the Art Show Bath, which you can see in the bottom left-hand corner there, or right-hand corner. Everything's flipped. I'm not too sure which way that is. But you can see a photo of what our stream looks like from the behind-the-scenes sort of look. But I think what we should do to begin with, Nigel, this is something we say it's an improvised show. It is an improvised show. We don't know what we're going to do next, but what we do know we're going to do next this time is show a little walk around of the Emerge Showcase that we recorded earlier on. So I think we'll head over to that. Nigel, what do you think?
Let's do it. Just before we do that, Nick, I just want to say a massive shout out to Anne Steffens. We've got Zach, Marshall, who's saying hi.
Hi.
We'll be on the chat responding to your comments. Do pop us a message if there's anything you'd like for us to cover tonight. Do let us know. Massive shout out to Tamara and Andy from the Tears for Fears Travel Club over in America. Huge thank you for tuning in, and thanks to everyone else for tuning in as well. We'll be giving you shout outs. Here is that Emerge Showcase 2021 walk around.
So I'm here outside the Emerge Showcase evening, as you can see. This is the entrance just over here, and then we just, oh, all right, Nige.
Hi, Nick.
Yes, you doing? So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little walkthrough of the whole Emerge space for the showcase, and showcase just a little bit of what's going on. So we're going to have a little walk down here. I'll do a gentle jog, you know, keep your fitness, mind, body, and soul all, you know, in order. That's how you can stay most creative. Heading down here, you don't have to jog normally, but yeah, so I'm just going to step into the art spaces down here, and here we are. Oh, you're right, Nige. You're right, mate. You're right, mate. So this is one of the all the art spaces that we've got. There's Mike doing a bit of painting. You can see some of his work in a second. There's Afu. There we are. So yeah, I'm going to showcase all of this. It's great. Each artist has their own little space where you can work. You can really work. Down there's a lecture theatre, which the performance residents use a lot. Going up the hallway, art show. It's really nice. Showcasing loads of work. It's really great. So, and now we're in the design studios. So, oh, you're right, Nige? Yeah, mate. The design studios. This is where we've got the design residents, and they got people like Naughty Water. Loads of residents that work in here. Walk through here. Got some workspaces, which is really great. People can come in and work. Large scale spaces, smaller scale. It's Jonathan doing amazing work. Got a little shop going on. Come and get your stuff. Come through here, and now we're in a lot of where the digital artists work a lot. You're right, Nige?
Hi, Nick.
Hi, mate. We've got a lot of hot desking. That's what we do in here. Got an amazing ship from the Wave that Calf to Cow, Matt Emily did. Some work there. Believe that is Nigel's, different Nigel. Then we're going to head up. Heading up the stairs. Now walking into the main exhibition space now, which is showcasing all the residents for this evening. So here we are. Oh, you're right, Nige? Hi, mate. So, we've got some work here. This is really nice. But we do urge you, it's coming, the showcase is on for a whole week, so do come on to Silent Hill if you want to see all this work in person. Because, this is kind of a whistle-stop tour. Yeah, Nigel's work there. It's really fantastic. And then what you do is you come through this way. Down here. And we're in the Art Show live studio.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nige. How you doing?
I'm all right, bud. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Right, cut back to Nick and Nigel. Well, just there. There we are. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in right now. This is the Art Show live at the Emerge Showcase 2021. We're having a fantastic time. As you just saw there's an amazing exhibition happening at Emerge. It's at Silent Hill in Bath. Come and have a look. It's on for a week. You can see all the amazing art that all the artists here that are have been making over the past year. It's showcasing all of that work, and it is really, truly fantastic. And there's a lot of interactive work as well. So
there's art everywhere, Nick.
Literally everywhere.
There's just art everywhere. We've got digital art, we've got visual installations, we've got, I've seen all kinds of reactive stuff as well. So massive TV setup basically, whereas you kind of walk past and it kind of goes with you. I just think it's super, super cool. And as we said, we're improvising this entire show. We've got absolutely no idea what we're doing. So in that VT there, we thought we'd put together some tips to live a more creative life. And this is essentially what happens on radio, by the way. Sometimes on radio, we have no idea what we're about to do, and we kind of just sit there and we're like, should we do this? So we did it, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I think we should do something on tips of creativity. Nigel, get on your laptop, let's do some research. And that's what we've done right now.
So I've done it. First tip. Tip number 1, prioritize play. Nick, what are your thoughts about prioritizing play?
Oh, 100%. I think we're most creative as a child. And if we can go back to when you're a bit more playful, kind of playing games, learning things, learning to fail, all of that sort of stuff, 100% prioritizing play is one of the main key things for creativity.
Second up, we've got channel your creativity into everything. And I actually think this is really important because for kind of like quite a while, I thought as a creative that I could only be creative when I was doing work or I was in a space, say, for example, doing this radio show. This is me being creative. And then I'd switch off and I'd suddenly be at home, kind of cooking dinner, not being creative. But good old Nick here, has this lovely saying. He says that you can always be making creative choices, even when you're cooking. Right, so at home, there's absolutely no reason why you can't be creative with cooking. There's absolutely no reason why you can't be creative for the rest of tonight. Just go out there, make creative choices. Nick, talk to us a bit more about that. What does it mean to make a creative choice?
I think we kind of jokingly say when we see something peculiar or out of its place, we go, that's a creative choice. Someone's made that choice to put that there. And that's exactly what that is. It's deciding... to go with your gut is a lot of part of it. It's deciding, I'm going to put that thing there, I'm going to do that thing, I'm going to get these paints and I'm just going to throw them at a canvas. It's a creative choice doing that, and I think that's where we're heading towards with that sort of comment.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just before we move on to point number 3, I'm just going to ping back over to the chat because I'm delighted to say that we've got Andy tuning in from Atlanta. Thank you so much, Andy. I've obviously spoken a fair bit on Twitter in regards to the Tears for Fears Travel Fan Club. Delighted, obviously, that the Tipping Point has been released, the new Tears for Fears track. Absolutely stunning. Zach is saying hi again. Hi, Zach. We've got Eve on there. We've got Holly Staniford. Thanks for tuning in. If you've just joined us, we're actually improvising a radio show right now and running through some tips to live a more creative life. And we just talked about prioritizing play and channeling your creativity into everything. Third, Nick, is follow the questions. What do you think that means?
I think that goes to a bit like we just talked about, following your gut. It's that I'm going to, if you've got a thought and you go and you question something, go through with that question, try and find the answers to everything that you've got a question for, I suppose. Is that right?
I think so, absolutely. Don't just stop at, oh, well, that must be it. I think at the heart of creativity is questioning and saying, no, actually, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that choice. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to find a new way. And it sits at the heart of innovation too. I'm really interested in the links between creativity and entrepreneurship and not saying no and going, I'm going to find a new way. So I think that's what they mean by follow the questions. Number 4, start a long-term project. Nick, thoughts on that?
Oh, I feel like I've been doing mainly long-term projects all the time when you're just going, I don't know what to do, come up with an idea, and then you're always going, all right, I'm trying to make this idea come to fruition. It takes years and years and years to do. Been working on a musical about Norwegian folk tales. I feel like I've been doing that for the past 2 years, but that's just because there's a lot to learn, and I've just got to keep going through with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think this next one's quite important. Mm-hmm. Go offline often. And actually, I really relate to this. So with my job, with everything that we both do, I feel like we spend a lot of time on our laptops, on the internet, and it's all too easy to kind of get sucked up in being online and social media. And obviously, we're live streaming out right now, so there are some huge benefits to it. But taking that time to remove yourself, maybe go for a walk in nature, kind of spend some time off those computers is hugely important for creatives. Nick, how often do you think you're spending time away from the internet?
Not enough.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm on it at the moment a lot. But I definitely have time periods where I'm away from it quite a lot. So rather than it being sporadic of 20 minutes here and there, it's more like I might do 2 weeks or a week where I'm really detached from online stuff. It doesn't mean I'm not interacting with technology, but I am away from it for a longer period of time rather than always turning stuff off at 6 p.m. every day for 12 hours or however you want to do it. But both are really beneficial. I find benefits from that longer term thing where I can really shut off, and then I'm kind of back to a fresh start when I go back to being online, especially because a lot of my work is online. So I do need that time away, but for long periods of time. What about yourself? How do you do it?
I really struggle with it, to be honest. I get so caught up in social media, and particularly with our show, actually, so the art show. So we do this show on Radio Bath, normally on a weekly basis, although we then decided to split it down into seasons. And I'm really kind of passionate about our show, and I love working with you. So when we post things out or we're putting things out there, I really want to see the responses. I kind of don't want to be talking into a void. And actually, I really struggle to kind of break off and have that time. But I have just been away. And Nick, are we able to cut to the sofa? Because the person I've just been away with, they've just walked in, actually, and we've just been away for a whole week, and I've come back entirely refreshed. Whilst we're improvising, I was like, why don't we cut over there? We've got Holly Staniford in the Emerge Creative Space right now. We've got more people coming in on the live stream right now. Can we? Did you give Holly a little look?
Yeah.
There she is. There's Holly Staniford right over there. We've got more people outside, more people at the door. So yeah, in short, I don't do that great a job of it, but I need to spend more time focusing on switching off. I think we'll go through 2 more and then maybe cut to a little VT from the Bath Festival. What do you reckon?
100%. What are these last 2, Nigel?
So last 2, quick fire. Make it easy to make art. And I really relate to that, currently being surrounded by lights, cameras.
2-hour setup. You can make it really hard to make art, but there are a lot of benefits from that. So 100%, yeah, make art easy. Make it easy to make art.
Finally then, take your time. And I really relate to this. Particularly when I was in university, when I was in training, even when I've been doing the radio, actually, as well. I just want everything I'm doing to be at its final point all of the time. And I think just sitting back and taking your time as an artist, as a creative, is so important. And thanks for joining us. If you've just tuned in, this is a completely improvised radio show. We are working with a live audience here as well. So I'm just going to do a massive shout out to everyone who's at the Emerge Showcase right now. I can see you outside heading towards that alcoholic-free beer. I can see you. There's Maisie in the hallway there. So we're going to be kind of referencing people off that filled with creatives right now. But Nick, what have we got coming up now?
So we went to the Bath Festival finale weekend about 2 months ago. It might have been a bit longer. Time does fly by. And we were able to get some of the artists off the city stage, bringing them into our outside broadcast unit and do a live session with them. And we got a session with Split the Dealer, GJ, and Ben Hutchison. And we're going to... We did a poll on our Instagram, and we're going to do it with our live audience here as well. So there's 2 songs we've got to play. We've got High Rockets or Chinchilla. In our chat right now, decide. You might not know the songs. If you don't know them, pick one, A or B. A or B, let us know. And then we'll add that to our Instagram poll for Split the Dealer.
I think I'm voting Chinchilla.
You voting Chinchilla?
I reckon.
Holly?
What are you voting? Chinchilla?
Chinchilla. I think that's unanimous. Let's go for Chinchilla.
This song's called Chinchilla. I hope you enjoy. It's just another hard night, so open up your vice. Sharpen up your tongue because we're heading out tonight. Cold-blooded killer. We unsold is similar. Loosen up the chains that are wrapped around your mouth. Let the cannon loose so we will break them walls down. You're just a villain, venomous and bitter. Tell me if you breathe and tell me if you don't. I ain't taking dreams, why you just a ghost? Cause everything I've seen, you were just a grove. You're the stern, sad villain free. Everyone he stole, cause your soul tongue is collecting all these souls. Now wait, I'm digging you a hole. You're the stern, snakes into love. Picking a person not deserving of your urgent hate. Cause so far, all your victims are a weaker state. So find an enemy that's ready, cause I guarantee with honesty you're probably not treating them the same way. I can see what's happening. They scream and your wings start flapping. It's kinda funny how the money gets you out running. Hunting isn't something that you really wanna play with us. So tell me if you breathe and tell me if you don't. I ain't taking dreams, why you just a ghost? Cause everything I've seen, you were just a grove. You're the stern, Sad, sad villain free. Everyone you stole because it's so tone is collecting all these souls. Now wait, I'm digging you a hole. You're the star. Snakes chinchilla. I can see right through you. I know just who you are. And silence is a virtue. I guess you found it hard. Hey, the Joker's played his part. It's just another hard night, so open up your vice. Sharpen up your summer, cause we're heading out tonight. Cold-blooded killer. We are so dissimilar. It's another chains that wraps around your mouth. Let the count loose so we will break them walls down. You're just a villain. It's a warm-blooded chinchilla. Ooh, ooh, chinchilla. Whoa. Ooh, chinchilla. Whoa. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
That was Split the Dealer performing Chinchilla at the Bath Festival finale weekend that we went to a couple of months ago. For this next section, we thought we'd tell you a little bit more about the art show and what we tried to do. So we started about back in January, mid-January, where we were deciding that we want to do an art show. So previously to this, we did a couple of weeks where we did the Sunday morning show with Nick and Nigel, where we were just learning what to do, and that was not, well, we don't have them on recording anymore because they weren't that great, but
We tried.
And we've been developing the show then, so about a year, well, up to nearly a year, and we've been through 2 seasons. We're just about to finish our end of our 2nd season, which comes to a close this Sunday, and what we try to do is inspire everyone to live more creative life. So as we were saying earlier on in our little section with Nigel, was make creative choices, take creativity into everything that you do. And that's what we try to do. So we do performance sections. We bring artists in and have long-form creative conversations, which is about process, learning how they do what they do, what do they do day to day, long-form conversations, and normally a performance in the middle of that. We tell everybody what's on in the local area and telling you if there's stuff happening at the Theatre Royal, if there's things happening down in Frome or in Chippenham, like wherever there's events going on, we try to showcase that. But we also want to talk to creatives quite directly, and we feel like there's a bit of a barrier at the moment in access to opportunities. So that kind of grants, learning how to do Arts Council applications, how to, where these grants are, because there's quite a lot out there. So we find, I'd say, at least 1, if not 2 grants every week, and they're every week they're different. And that really kind of shows that there's a lot of money out there to allow people to be creative and make art and do creative things. And that's what we aim to do as the art show. And we've been doing it since January, and coming to a close this Sunday, but we'll be back in the new year for a season 3. And we've got some few things lined up between this Sunday and the new year. Nigel.
Nick, sorry, I was just researching away there, because if you've just joined us, we're completely improvising this radio show, and you were talking a bit about arts grants. And I thought this is one of the only times where we've done this show where it's not kind of specifically based, geared towards people in the Southwest, Bath, etc. And I thought I might just do a little bit of research for some arts grants, basically, that you can access wherever you are across the country. And don't worry, Tamara and Andy, I'll try and touch on ones for you two over in the States, although I do know that your arts funding is slightly different in the States when compared to over here. So in the States, you've got a lot of private funding. You've got a lot of theatres that are, kind of propped up by individual donations, and there's far less, say, Arts Council funding. If you look at Canada, it's very, very different. It's kind of a bridge between the two, whereas over here, I kind of feel like all the way, I don't know if you agree, Nick, but throughout training, you're really geared to think about how can you access the national state funding by Arts Council England, even trust funding, I have to say, isn't a priority like it is in Canada, for example. So I thought I might just spend some time doing that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that sounds really good. Whilst we're doing that, should we cut to a Bath Festival's performance?
Absolutely. Who we got next?
Well, we're going to go to GJ, and again, we've got to decide who we are going to, what song we're going to perform, we're performing, that they're performing.
What's the, so we've got Ordinary Girl.
Ordinary Girl and Lose My Mind, which was featured on the Fern Cotton album.
How's it looking on the Instagram?
Live. It's looking like Ordinary Girl.
Ordinary Girl. You know, GJ were the most fantastic people to spend time with. So was everyone at the Bath Festival. But actually, they were just super fun. We spent about 2.5 hours with them in our outside broadcasting unit. I couldn't praise them enough. I love them. Absolutely love them.
Here we go.
Hey, we are GJ with Radio Bath. We are live at the Bath Finale Festival. We just wanted to play Ordinary Girl. We dropped this one only recently, and here's the acoustic version. Ordinary girl in a complicated world. Oh, I know, I trying to live the life I want to live. Ordinary girl in an overcomplicated world. Got a vision I see. I want across the ocean seas. Listen, I will rise, yet I know I'll try to cross the harem seas. The issues I will please. Ordinary girl in a complicated world. Oh, I know, I try. Trying to live the life I want to live. Ordinary girl in an overcomplicated world. Oh, I'm a diamond in the rough. I will show I'm good enough. I'm caught up in the dream, that's all I know. Heading upstream, keep pushing against the flow. Hear the words that I sing. I show that I am worth more than you think. Listen, I will rise, yeah, I know I'll try to cross the harem seas. The issues I will please. Ordinary girl in a complicated world. I know I try. Trying to live the life I want to live. Ordinary girl in an overcomplicated world. Oh, I want to be extraordinary. Oh, I want to share my thoughts and dreams. I want to be all I can be. Now you have to wait and you'll see. Ordinary girl in a complicated world. Oh, I know I try. Trying to live the life I want to live. Ordinary girl in an overcomplicated world. Oh yeah. It's complicated, but we'll make it.
Oh, that was Holly over there.
Absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And Nick, I think we've had a few chats in the YouTube chat requesting a bit more GJ. Am I wrong?
No, we're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're going to head over to Lose My Mind because everyone was requesting it in the chat. And almost like, well, this is improvised. I'm going to go find an artist, bring him on the show whilst this song's going on. So if I'm not back, Nigel's going to head off with a bit more about the grants that we're talking about.
I think I found a global art grant. I reckon I need a bit more time to piece it together. Just bear with me. But if I am on my own, we'll be running through that. And if Nick's back, then we'll get someone on for interview. Hope you're well. Massive shout out to Tamara, by the way, who's joined the chat. And also Zach. Absolutely loving Zach's involvement on the YouTube chat. Fair play, Zach. We love you.
This is Lose My Mind.
Hey, we are GJ here with Radio Bath. We are live at Festival Bath Finale. We've got this next track for you, Lose My Mind. It appears on the album Happy Place for Fern Cotton. Oh, it's just me in my mind, trying to work it all out in the silence. Oh, my anxiety keeps on climbing up from me, oh, in the silence. I'm wearing that same old smile, but I know that my frown will come around again. I'm gonna lose my mind. I should just take the time, call a friend and talk it through. That's the best thing I can do. I'm gonna lose my mind. I should just take the time, call a friend and talk it through. That's the best. Oh, a text ain't no good. I don't read it no quite as I should. I just sit inside, read and try to clear my mind. Oh, oh, oh. I'm gonna lose my mind. I should just take the time, call a friend and talk it through. That's the best thing I can do. I'm gonna lose my mind. I should just take the time, call a friend and talk it through. That's the best. No, I'm not gonna sit. No, I'm not gonna wait in the silence. Gonna take back control. I don't need to be all on my own. Oh, I need human connection. Oh, I need each other. Oh, I need to stay strong. We are together, everyone. I will not lose my mind. I'm gonna take the time, call a friend and talk it through. That's the best thing I can do. I will not lose my mind. I'm gonna take the time, call a friend and talk it through. That's the best thing we can do.
Wow, 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 GJ there. And there were so many things to pick up just very quickly. First of all, on a personal note, had much shorter hair. Not been able to go to the hairdressers actually today. Neither of you, Nick. You had some problems, didn't you?
Yeah, no, can't do walk-ins at the moment. Had to book.
Oh, come on.
I know.
Wonderful Dave Mason as well, poking his head round just at the end. Dave was on radio for about 40 years, was a producer for BBC as well. And kind of on that day at the Bath Festival, was just amazing in kind of showing us around the desk and just getting the bands in and just taking really, really quickly. Now, if you've just joined us, we are doing a live radio broadcast and on stream, obviously, as well as part of the Emerge 2021 showcase. We're usually on Radio Bath, but we are today at the studios, basically, over at Sion Hill as part of Bath University's event. Now, I did promise that I would try and find a global arts grant, which is nothing we've ever done before. Usually, I'm looking for grants that are kind of around the southwest area, Bath, etc. But I found one. I think I found one anyway. It's been quite hard to distill it down into something that I can broadcast out. But basically, this grant comes from Burning Man. And if you don't know Burning Man, it's a fantastic festival that takes place in the desert over in the States. Now, Burning Man say they have a long and rich history of granting seed money to new and emerging artists around the world. To date, they've granted over $950,000 to help fund 202 projects in 34 US states and 34 countries. I hope that they fund the same amount of states that they do countries, and they keep that consistent, because that's quite nice. Actually, sorry. Global Arts Grants, they say...
Nigel laughing about grants there.
Support... Someone has to, let's be honest. It's not the most interesting. Global Arts Grants support artists and makers who create art outside the annual Burning Man event in the desert because, to nicely put it, Burning Man isn't a place you put art, but a context in which art is created. It really is true that you don't have to have been to Black Rock City to be a burner, and the artworks, art spaces, and events created with the support of the Global Art Grant Programme are a great example of this. Now, there's a few eligibility criteria, and as we said, we're completely improvising this. Usually, we'd be sitting there on a Saturday evening pulling this together. I'd have everything in order for you, but I'm just going to run through what you have to be eligible. So they're looking for the creation of highly interactive, community-driven art that can be experienced in public spaces where everyone has access to view and participate the art free of charge. Art that can be touched, heard, and or experienced. Projects that allow participants to engage with conception, creation, and presentation of art. They want you to take risks and provide seed funding that stimulates new explorations and fosters new artists. There's so much information. It's quite a long process. You've got to kind of apply, then you've got to go through all of this different eligibility criteria. If you want full funding, it's invitation only. But in short, this is a global arts grant, and I'd not really heard of many of these. Head over to burningman.org and take a look at their global arts funding. Whew, that was quite tough. Nick, what have we got coming up next?
Well, we're going to have an amazing interview. You're probably wondering, who's to my right?
I have no idea. Oh.
Yeah, we can all hear you, I think.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Yeah. So, who are you and what do you do?
Hello. My name is Alice Thomas. It's a pleasure and a privilege to meet you. And I print on things.
You print on things. So what
Yes.
does that mean? What does that mean? What's day to day? So Alice is an Emerge resident, and I just pulled her off of the exhibition floor and said you're coming on our show. So
I'm definitely here out of my own volition. There's been no coercion whatsoever.
That's
This
good to
I
hear.
assure you.
That's good to hear.
So tell me a bit about yourself. How did you start doing what you do?
Great question. So I finished my degree in 2020 in the middle of the apocalypse and didn't really know what to do. And along came Emerge, an opportunity through my university. And I guess through the time, because at the end of my degree, I wasn't able to do a whole lot of analog printing, which is what I quite like. So being able to come here, I was able to do a bit more of that. But I've done a lot of lino cut printing because it's quite small, so you can do it at home on your dining room table. So would recommend to a friend.
Can you just flesh out a little bit, Ryan? Lino cut printing.
Yeah.
What is that and what's the process of that?
It's like making a rubber stamp.
Ah, okay. So you make, and then you...
Exactly.
press it
Yeah,
down.
that's exactly what I do.
Yeah, but how big does it get? How big do these things get?
How long is a piece of string?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so the biggest one I've done is about A2, which A2, so
Yeah.
that took a long time. And that one hurts to print as well. So wouldn't recommend an A2 print, but like A5, A4, A3.
When you say it hurts to print, what does that mean?
So once you've gouged it out, because you use basically like a knife, right, to take the rubber out, so you can get stab marks on your hands. But because it's quite big and you need to work with the ink quite quickly, you get sweat on.
You get sweat on.
Because you're really giving it. And yeah, for A2, it's big.
It's physical. Sounds very physical.
It's not really physical. And what are you showcasing here at the exhibition today?
I've got a few things,
Yeah.
actually. So it's not just lino cut that I do, but I do have a couple of them down in my little studio space. But I've also got a couple risograph prints, which I really enjoy. And then also I've silk screened some bags as well. And they are all here for you to view for the next week, if you'd like to.
Yeah, so the exhibition is on for one more week, so head up to Silent Hill to see everything we're talking about, everything we showed earlier on, and to see Alice's work. So I think what we're going to do, and I'm going to ask you,
Oh dear.
we got to watch and record Ben Hutcherson at the Bath Festivals. Which song would you like to hear? Poison, Summer of 17, or Came From You?
I'm going to go, because it's maybe a little bit more ooky spooky, and as it's the season, I'm going to go for Poison.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hi there guys, my name is Ben Hutchison and this is my backing singer.
Hi, I'm Avril Amber.
And we are here with Radio Bath and we're at Bath Festivals. This is my song called Poison. I hope you enjoy.
suitcases and golden tattoos laced on his skin. What could have been? Wouldn't stare with his jet black hair, made leaving seem like the phone was him. What could have been? And it was all made easier when the camera focused in. You finally get to see the woman she is. And she'll tell you around with the long blonde hair. You start to see her everywhere. She's poison. She'll keep you alive with a cute little smile, but all the time she's on your mind. She's poison. She's dangerous. Through with his contacts in, he's the second man today that she has sent. What could have been? And half an hour just flies on by, and he pays up front like on a movie scene. Oh, what could it be? And it was all made easier when the camera focused in. Finally get to see the woman she is. And she'll tell you around with her long blonde hair. You start to see her everywhere. She's poison. She'll keep you alive with a cute little smile, but all the time she's on your mind. She's poison. She's dangerous.
Start to see her everywhere. She's poison, and she'll keep you alive with a cute little smile, but all the time she's on your mind. She's poison. She'll tell you around with her long blonde hair. You start to see her everywhere. She's poison. With a cute little smile, but all the time she's on your mind. She's poison. She's dangerous.
The absolutely amazing GJ there, recorded live at the Bath Festival earlier this year. Now, if you've just joined us, we are doing a completely improvised live radio show at the Emerge 2021 showcase based in Bath. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. But we thought, as part of our improvisation, whilst we were listening to the VT there, we thought we'd go roaming, actually, and go and talk to some of the creatives that are outside. So I'm going to do that right now. We're going to go have a little chat.
I'm going to come and join you,
I'm going to
Nigel.
wander outside. We are live. I'm just looking for someone to have a little chat with. Anyone want to say a few words about what they do? I'm heading over here. Right. Who have I found? Who have I found here?
My name's Harvey Jones.
Harvey, nice to meet you. What are you doing here this evening?
Oh, I'm just visiting, seeing friends and stuff. Can I hear my voice? Yeah, I can.
Are you a creative person, Harvey?
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer.
What kind of things do you design?
Logos and videos and typefaces and loads of random stuff like that.
Are you part of Emerge?
No, I missed my slot, but I'm trying to get a slot for the next one coming. So hopefully we'll be able to come in. I don't really need much space, so I spoke to someone about it, and they might be able to get me in there.
With graphic design, so I get the impression that you spend a lot of time kind of on a laptop, a Mac, something like that. So when you say you don't need a lot of space, what is it that you do, like day to day? Talk us through that.
Well, I'll probably go to a coffee shop because my room's way too small to get into the headspace of creative stuff. So I usually go to the coffee shop and then just work on whatever I'm doing at the time. I've been kind of in a creative rut recently because I've been trying to do a lot of stuff like move house and stuff like that. But I'm hopefully getting into it again, so it should be fun.
Brilliant. And if people want to learn more about you, have you got socials? Where's the best place for people to go?
It's probably Instagram, and it's Harvetica _. I don't know if you'll get the joke in that, but if there's anyone who does graphics.
Helvetica, right?
You like Helvetica, yeah, but it's my name's Harvey, so Harvetica and then _. So you'll see my stuff on there.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Harvey. Enjoy the rest of the event. I'm going to wander back inside now.
All right.
Wasn't that fantastic, Nick? What a brilliant Harvetica.
Yeah.
A pun on Helvetica for a graphic designer. Don't think I've heard anything
great
better
name.
than that. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to make my way round. Now. Back to the streaming space. Thanks for everyone for joining us this evening. We're having a great old time. Nick's just turning the camera around. See, we do all kinds of things. We're not just fixed down at the table.
Blown out, isn't it nice?
Completely improvising right now. And we're back. Nick, you might be a little bit cut off, I reckon. Do you want me to? I know, that's absolutely perfect. Look at that. Live event improvisation. Whilst Nick's just framing that up, I'm just going to head over. Zach Marshall is absolutely all over the YouTube chat. Thank you, Zach. And thank you, Holly, as well. She's sitting there on the sofa, enjoying the live stream. We've got Dave Webb.
Come on, Dave.
Fantastic technologist and creative Dave Webb. Dave, were you up for doing a little interview? We're live on stream right now. Fine, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic.
I think we'll cut to a song whilst we set that up, and then we'll get Dave on. So there he is. You can see him both on screen. We'll come back to us just for a second, but we're going to go to Split the Dealer doing High Rockets.
Hi there, Split the Dealer. I'm doing a live session for Radio Bath at the Bath Festival. I enjoyed this song. Is called High Rockets. Hey teen, they want your life plan. Tell me how you gonna do that. What you supposed to choose? It's a lucky dip of living and you're playing for the booze. So we're plagued with indecision. There's a fat screen that keeps you up at night and takes the simple things in life as a whole different pressure. So you stay on the run. Don't break out your lane or your safety is gone. Hey, still you're running through the high street with suits and shoes and competitions driving with stocks to lose. Trading time is money getting so sucked in. I guess I find it kind of funny how we work till we're done and get the coffin ready. Whoa, and question where your life went. So tell me what you running from. High rockets are flying. There's no time to ignite this fire, so we need a quicker pace, cause we're in a race to the moon. Or can't we just take a minute? There's 24 hours in the day, so live it. Rings will shine, babies cry. 20 years, you passed your time, move over again. Oh, bills in life absorb your time. We're given things to get distracted by. You cheese with the money, so the company takes you so. So tell me what you running from. High rockets to flying. There's no time to ignite this fire, cause we need a quicker pace, cause we're in a race to the moon. Or can't we just take a minute? There's 24 hours in the day, so live it. Oh, tell me where you're running from. Tell me where you're running from. High rockets are flying. There's no time to ignite this fire. Cause we need a quicker pace, cause we're in a race to the moon. Yeah. Oh, we need a quicker pace, cause you're in a race to the moon. Hey! Our rockets are flying. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's no time to ignite this fire. Cause we need a quicker pace, cause we're in a race to the moon. Oh, call me just take a minute. 24 hours in the day, so live it. Tell me what you're running from. Well, tell me what you're running from. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Great song.
Ah, the fantastic Split the Dealer there. That was from an amazing day that we had at the Bath Festival 2021. We basically had like a mobile recording unit and we pitched up next to the second stage. And as the bands were coming off, we kind of just brought them in for a little live session there. If you've just joined us, we are live streaming out. So we normally do a radio show on Radio Bath, but we're here as part of the Emerge Showcase 2021 this evening. We've got an audience over there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm delighted to say that we're going to catch up now with the fantastic Dave Webb. I have to say that, Dave, because you are, and you've been on our show before, and I just absolutely love and adore your work. We'll dive into it. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Nigel, and thanks for inviting me in.
No, a pleasure. Have you been here the whole evening, kind of roaming around, doing bits and bobs?
I got here a few minutes ago, just soaking it up. It's fantastic just to see the buzz of the place and see everyone's work out and see so many of the Emerge residents up here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what have you been up to recently? Because I understand your work as being kind of multifaceted, I suppose. So working in the areas of technology and using technology to create art. But sometimes I see that you're producing generative art. Other times I see you working with robotics. What kind of stuff are you up to at the moment? I do though.
It's absolutely crazy. I've had a year of saying yes to everything, which occasionally catches up with me. But working with Ruby, for example, on the robots you mentioned. So Ruby is a fantastic artist. She works with fabricating things out of steel and welding and robotics and all that kind of thing. And she asked me to help her create these robotic flowers that react when people come near them, and they've got lights that react, and they open and close. And those have just started 2 days ago, a tour of the North.
Wow.
A festival called Light Up the North, and we're so pleased, but it was very last minute, getting everything working. A little bit stressful, but quite proud as well, seeing her posting from Leeds on Instagram, and it's all working.
What do you do then if it doesn't work? Because the area that you work in with technology, it kind of has to work, right, before it goes on show. So have you ever had a moment where it hasn't quite come together?
Most of the time, when you're working with digital, it's sort of forgiving that you can like tweak things behind the scenes. With these, they were going out there, they're not connected to the internet, and they had to be waterproof. They're going to spend 2 weeks out in Blackpool in the autumn. So we just had to build them for robustness, and they've got these hidden little reset buttons underneath for sort of emergency, little cheat reset. But yeah, we just had to build them to be as bulletproof as possible. So it's quite a different way of working for me. As you say, like I sometimes creating code, creating work for the screen, and it's quite forgiving. There's, you can get away with a few mistakes, but this work has been like really testing me.
Sounds fantastic. I mean, we've got a load of emerging creatives here this evening. We've also got a load of established creatives. I'm just curious to know, because I feel like you're regarded around this area as someone that's really approachable and really open to helping everyone, actually. So I'd love to just know your thoughts. What would your advice be to everyone that we've got in the room at the moment, everyone on stream, about getting into creative work, particularly the kind of work that you're doing, working with technology? What would your advice be?
It's interesting because I'm working with some first-year creative computing students at the moment, so they're at the very start of their careers, and a lot of them are, they're really into gaming and sort of big, bold experiences. And I think people forget that whether work is based on technology or it's painting, whatever your medium or your art form is, that people like nuance and subtlety. You don't always have to turn everything up to 11. I think sometimes subtle experiences can work really well. But the other thing I would say is don't feel tied to traditional disciplines. So, you can be a painter or a sculptor or work with ceramics, but you can also, you know, work with someone like me and we can project something onto ceramics. You can mix it up, and there's a lot of scope for that at the moment, and there's funding available because I think the Arts Council, for example, want artists from traditions to work out what technology can do to increase the reach of their audiences and explore new media.
Fantastic. So for people interested in looking up more about what you do, because you have some fantastic Instagram posts, it's not so much look up Dave's work and kind of scroll through. It's actually you can experience Dave's work on social media, which I think is fantastic. But how do people find you online and access everything that you're doing?
So I'm on Instagram as Crispy Smoked Web, and that's my handle for things. So if you just search that, it's quite searchable, and you'll find my work on there. But pretty much Instagram is the gateway to pretty much everything I'm doing. I've got a couple of workshops this week, if I can make a small plug.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you are terrified of coding, and most people are, and you like the idea of making something with code, but we're always afraid to start, up here on next Thursday, and as part of the Digital Festival in Bath on Friday, I'm running a workshop for absolute beginners. We'll get you, in an hour and a half, we'll get you making some amazing creations of your own. They will be completely yours. You'll be able to share them with your friends afterwards.
Fantastic. Dave, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, even when it's the more kind of anecdotal chats around the coffee. I just think you're hugely supportive of the arts, and particularly emerging creatives, and just can't thank you enough. So thanks for coming on our live stream, our improvised show. I think next we're going to be cutting to a VT of some more footage that was recorded at the Bath Festival. So we're going to be catching up with Ben Hutchison, I do believe, Nick. But what song are we going for?
Well, I suppose it's dependent on... I'll just creep in here. All right, everyone. It's dependent on everyone in the room. So we've had Poison. We're going to go for Summer of 17, or Came From You. Hey, B or C? Come on, everyone, shout out. C. 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 Right, C it is.
That was fairly unanimous, I think.
Yeah. Here we go.
Alrighty, guys, this is our song Came From You.
Beside you writing my feelings on the wall for everyone to see, that I won't give up on my life, but you're giving up on me. Could say I blame her, it goes to show what she put aside for me. I don't know what the future holds, but it don't look good for me. And I don't know if I'll find someone quite like you. And I don't know if I'll ever find someone new. I could swear that there was a time that I thought we knew that the best things in my life, they came from you. Mom always said, go chase your dreams, 'cause sometimes they'll take all your life. I can't believe that I didn't see my dreams are right in front of my eyes. And I don't know if I'll find someone quite like you. And I don't know if I'll ever find someone new. I could swear that there was a time that I thought we knew that the best things things in my life, they came from you.
The best things in my life, the best things in my life, the best things in my life, the best things
They
in
came
my
from
life,
you.
the best things
They
in
came
my life,
from
the
you.
best things
They
in
came
my
from you.
life, the best things
They
in
came
my
from
life,
you.
best things
They
in
came
my
from
life,
you.
the best things
They
in
came
my
from
life,
you.
the
Oh,
best
they
things
came
in
from
my
you.
life, the best things
They
in
came
my
from you. And I don't know if I'll find someone quite like you. And I don't know if I'll ever find someone new. I could swear that there was a time that I thought we knew that the best things in my life, oh, the best things in my life, so the best things in my life, they came from you.
The fantastic Ben Hutchison there singing. I've forgotten the song already. Came from you. Absolutely fantastic. That was at the Bath Festival finale weekend a few weeks ago. Thank you so much to the Bath Festivals for letting us go along. Just a little shout out for you there. It's coming to the end of our stream now, and we've had a fantastic time. I hope you've had a fantastic time too. And if you'd like to keep in touch with us, come on our show for season 3, or just get involved in anything that we're doing. We've got some amazing things lined up between our off season. You can see our social handle just there. It's the Art Show Bath on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Or you can email us at arts@radiobath.com. So just send us an email if you're interested. We want to get involved. We want our team to grow as well, to support us on doing these sort of things, doing the tech side, so we don't have to just cut and do it ourselves. We can just do this, or you can be on camera. We don't know. We can make all of that stuff up as we go along, as we do this whole last hour, just making it up as we go along as well. So thank you so much for tuning in. We've got some special thanks and some shout outs, so I'm going to hand it to Nigel for them.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I think I'd love to say a massive shout out to Jan, Aura, and the Aura household. Woo! You've been hugely supportive of us on our journey, and I know I haven't really got to meet you properly yet, but I'm really excited to. You're just wonderful, and I think you're hugely supportive, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Dad.
Thank you for looking after Nick as well, because I think Nick is a magnificent human being. I'm just going to scroll through now and go through the stream. So massive shout out to Anne Steffens. Thank you so much for tuning in. Big shout out to Holly Staniford, who was on the stream and then made her way into the live audience. Woo! Mixed media right there. We've got Zach Marshall, who's been posting all night. Thank you, Zach. Really appreciate it. Andy and Tamara from the Tears for Fears Travel Fan Club. I do believe, actually, you just sent a tweet out thanking us. If you just give us a second. By the way, this is exactly how it is in the studio.
Yeah.
We're talking, and at the same time, phone in hand. Tears for Fears Travel Fan Club just said, tune in everyone, it's online, no charge. The Sweet Dears even gave a shout out to Tears for Fears Kurt Smith. How lovely. Of course, we've got The Tipping Point that's just been released, fantastic song. They say, we're enjoying the show's tips on how to be creative and prioritising play and creativity. Dive in. Can't thank you enough. We've got the magnificent Eve. We love you, Eve. Thank you so much for
Eve and her whole family are watching.
Massive shout out
to
Eve.
Dave. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you so much. We've got Tamara, I just said that, just said had a great weekend. We've had Dave Webb on, we've got Maisie over there. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Maisie.
Shout out to Maisie. And I think we'll finish off with a massive thank you to the Emerge Creative Residency and the team there. So you've got Charlotte, you've got Matt, you've got Maisie, you've got Louisa, you've got all of them. Have I covered all the team there?
Oh, music finished just on that.
Well, that was quite dramatic.
Yeah, it was really dramatic.
Thank you to all the team at Emerge. Thank you to all the team at Radio Bath. Obviously, we do this show weekly on a on a Sunday morning. Thank John. Absolutely big shout out to John, and huge shout out to the studio, which is another residency based out of Bath University, for lending us some of this gear. Wow, Nick, what an amazing time we've had.
It's flown by. We were only halfway through our show. I was going to say half an hour ago, but that's exactly when it was. But it's flown by. But I think we'll lead out with a bit more of Ben Hutchison, and this is Summer of 17. Thank you so much. We'll be going live on our show this Sunday at 10 a.m. on Radio Bath. So do tune in if you want to hear, not see, but hear a bit more about what everything the art show does. Goodbye.
This is a song called Summer of 17. Thinking back to when I was young, how we've changed, what we've become, oh how time flies by. Remember the heat of the setting sun, acting out and acting dumb, oh how do we turn out right? And I know it's gonna change, but for now it stays the same. My mind goes back to summer of 17, and it goes back to summers in between. The here, the now, the everything we are is 'cause of the summer of 17. So here we are. I remember Sam trying to play guitar, driving along in my beat-down car. Oh, how do we make it anywhere? We'd head for a drink when the lights went down, and there'd be some more party town singing until the end of the night. And I know it's gonna change, but for now it stays the same. My mind goes back to summer of 17, and it goes back to summers in between. The here, the now, the everything we are is 'cause of the summer of 17. So here we are. And I know it's gonna change, but for now it stays the same. And my mind goes back to summer of 17. It goes back to summers in between. The here, the now, the everything we are is 'cause of the summer of 17. So here we are. Thank you very much. Mm.